How are you, Martin?
I am very well indeed. We're started. We've been sitting here chatting for about half an hour before going live. And
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that if we had a broadcast the stuff that we were talking about last half hour, it'd be much more interesting what we're actually going to do.
But I may well go off piste every now and then.
No,
and you'll
no,
have to
we're going
bring
to be
me on.
serious. We've got a
Right.
list.
Oh,
Questions.
right,
We're sticking to them.
right.
No, I'm only joking.
Very newsreader.
You go off piste. Before I start, how are you?
I'm very good. I'm awake. I'm not supposed today, like I told you.
You didn't get a coffee.
I'm not sure we can be friends after this.
I know, because that was
I don't
supposed to be
know.
the very first thing that we were supposed to do was get you a coffee, but we got
That's the
distracted
important
talking
things
about.
in life. You see, you're an interesting person to talk to.
No, I don't
And you
think that's
don't mind
true.
my rambling.
I think you're the interesting person to talk to. You've got so many, like an onion. We were saying so many
Oh
layers.
yes, the soggy onion, yes, it's got on a bit. It's been sitting in a dark cupboard.
No, I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
Anyway.
Anyway,
yes.
let's get started.
We're
Let's get
back.
started. Hi, everybody. Thanks very much for joining us. I am delighted to be here with Catriona because it's so much fun. I've been having a great time. And that's still probably not coming across. It's probably going to be really staid and serious.
Well,
What do you think? I don't think that's going to happen.
there's actually every chance in it won't. I think maybe what you're saying is it's supposed to be serious.
Yes.
We're supposed to be saying, yes, this is us. This is what we do. And very professional, the next newsreaders. And the chances are that's just not going to happen.
Well, it might. We'll try our best.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, so what is this all about? So I'm going to do a little introduction.
Okie dokie.
And what it's all about, I suppose, from my perspective, is I know some really great people. You know those people when you see them in the room and you just go, oh, brilliant, they're here. Because when you go over and speak to them, they'll be friendly, they'll be glad to see you as well. They always have something to say. That if there's someone there that they'll introduce you, it's just a pleasure. They make you feel good
Definitely.
when you walk into a room.
Definitely.
It's given people an opportunity to get the people that I know that's like that. And that's why we're here. It's so that people who know me, essentially Catriona, can get to know you. Now, hopefully some of the people that know you will get to know me a wee bit as well.
I would hope so.
But today's not all about me. It's more about you.
It's not
It's
today.
find out stuff about you. And we'll get started. So we've got what, 7 questions?
Yes, let's keep-
And what we're going to do is we're going to do
That's
sort of short and sweet type of answers, but
Give
we're
that
going to
a rest.
rattle them through there. But then we'll find out a little bit more about you, and we're going to start with the very first and the very easiest question.
You say that it's easy. It's actually not.
It is who are you?
I had to think about that one. Who am I? I am Catriona Evans, and I am mother to 2 boys, and married for longer than I care to actually remember. I live in Whitehead, down by the sea, and that's where I'm based with my real babies, my big Newfoundland, and my lovely 2 cats.
So you're an animal person.
Very, very much. Yes.
Very often you find dog people aren't cat people, but you've got a dog and a cat, or 2 cats.
Do you know what? They're best friends.
Wow.
It's really, really weird because I thought I want a dog, but I don't want a wee tiny yappy dog.
A proper dog.
What I said was I want a proper dog, and I thought, yeah, really, we'll research it because I've never been a dog person before. I grew up with cats all my life, and it was right. Okay, I saw Newfies and I thought, there. Oh, have you seen them, Martin? Have you seen a Newfie?
Yeah, there's a big hairy thing.
Doesn't do it justice. Really?
Anyway.
But my Newfie is beautiful, and I thought I'm going to get a Newfoundland, and I was thinking, oh, will they like the cat? And it was slow introductions, softly, but now they're best friends.
Clearly I've hit on a passion here, so we'll move swiftly on.
A little bit.
Family this, animals that. Anyway, what is your business? What is it you do?
That's the exciting part. That is the exciting part. My business is Heaven's Truffles. Does what it says on the tin, truffles, but it is not any old truffles. Not at all biased, but factually correct. It is chocolates and truffles and fudge and the occasional cakes and cupcakes. But what to me makes them really special, and I think we chatted about this earlier on, was they are emotionally bespoke.
Emotionally bespoke.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Emotionally bespoke is when I say to the people, be a wedding favours or you know, maybe for a hotel, for just that specific hotel,
Mm-hmm.
which I love the idea of doing 100% tailored to that one. But
So give an example of an emotionally bespoke something for me. What questions would you ask me if you were to make me an emotionally bespoke truffle?
you would come down to my house and would have a wee sit down and,
Cup of tea?
well, no, I don't do tea.
Coffee.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't even offer it.
Sorry.
No, for you,
Okay.
for you.
The
Coffee.
meeting over, leave.
Wait.
Yeah.
We'd have our coffee.
Yeah, lovely,
Then
yeah.
I would be wanting to ask you what is really special to you and to your partner, Michelle.
Yes.
Like a moment in your joint history before you got married. And it's really
Can I
special.
tell you a very special moment? When Michelle was turning 30, as a special treat, she'd always wanted to go to Paris, and as a special treat, I was going to surprise Michelle with a weekend in Paris. And 8 weeks before her birthday, I started the planning process. And 7.5 weeks into the planning process, I realised I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I had to go and tell Michelle that I was organising a surprise trip to Paris. Now, it was lovely. And on her actual birthday day, we went to the Eiffel Tower, and Restaurant 34, or something it was called at the time. I don't know if it still is. And I took her for lunch in Restaurant 34 on her 30th birthday day. Very, very romantic. Lovely, lovely time. So that would have an emotional...
Okie dokie. So it's a really, really nice one from a lot of different angles. We could go down more boring. We could say, oh, French, let's look at all the French cuisine and let's, you know, sort of say, yes, those are the flavours we'll do.
Okay.
But that's not really emotionally linked
Yeah,
to
bespoke.
you. It's not truly bespoke on your level, which is what we want.
Okay.
So we'd have a look at maybe where you stayed.
Mm-hmm.
Restaurant 34, we think.
Yeah.
We would have a look. Did they have a set menu? Was there something you loved about it? Was there something about the decor?
The views are fantastic.
What then I would be looking at was researching what flavours can I link to those things that we've picked out and design something that is truly emotionally bespoke to you. You know, James and Louise down the road aren't going to have it. Even if they had the same flavour, it is not emotionally bespoke to them, because if they went out and bought it, it wasn't for the reason that it was a 30th birthday. It was a trip to Paris and something that they would cherish forever and laugh about because they didn't do it right.
I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at you, and I'm laughing at what James Perry he's saying here as well. A camper van cake would be emotionally
James.
bespoke.
I like it.
A truffle cake, would that be a bit
truffle
much?
cake.
Would that be
I
a
could
bit
do
much?
that.
Could you? Yeah. No, I like what you're doing about James.
I
Camper
do.
van cake.
Yeah, do you know what? There's a challenge, James. I might take you up on that one, but I've got things to do before.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I really get that. I wasn't sure. Emotionally bespoke, but now it just makes me feel good even just talking about it. I think the process of getting these truffles must be as much fun as
Lovely.
the journey is as much fun. So it's not the case that it's a factory or a workshop or something where you're just producing loads of truffles for the shops. What you're actually doing is you're creating experiences.
That's it. It's another emotional memory for you, for your
Lovely.
weddings, for, you know, if you have a book, you know, a lot of people are going to have this book and it's going to say who was there, and they'll have, you know, what they thought of the day, what they really loved, and obviously you can write that too. That's lovely. Then you can have a wee look back at it later, and it'll be talking about, you know, the truffles and the flavours, and you'll be thinking, right enough, that's because of our wee trip over to Paris.
Lovely.
And then
You're really selling this. You're good at telling
you
this
girl,
story.
you.
You know, you've done it
I
before.
tell
You've
you.
done it before. Anyway, so that's your business.
Yes.
Heaven's truffles, and you do bespoke. Say that again.
Emotionally bespoke.
Stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen back to the story.
No.
You'll get what it's about. You'll get what it's about. But you didn't start out as a chocolatier. So how did you get to where you are now? How did you become a chocolatier?
Do you want to grab a cup of coffee, sit down, pick your
Yeah,
feet
well,
up,
it's
because
short.
it kind of
Yeah, it's a long
got
story.
there? Yeah.
Yeah,
So we'll
the
try to
2-minute
summarise
version. The
it.
2-minute
Summarise it.
version.
Yes. So I started off. I worked in nurseries because I had appalling results in school.
With
So-
school, with children, not plants. Not right. With little people.
No, my results, my school results, so we're atrocious. But no, so I couldn't get what I would have thought of as a better job. And I suppose in hindsight, I settled to work in nurseries. I loved it for a while.
Brave woman. You know what? I leave my wee fella off the school. I can't leave the school gates quickly enough. It just scares me. Teenagers in particular, little people not so bad, but once they get to about teenage years, I find them frightening.
They are frightening, especially when they're your own. Have
you
you not noticed that?
No.
Oh,
no. Other people's
have a
children,
think about it.
Now, saying that, let's be fair, young people, I know some fantastic young people. I've been a little bit coy as well. But just having the people that raise our young people for us and give them their morals and their education, that is a calling. It's fair play to you for anybody that's working that career. My mum was a teacher as well.
Funny, so was mine.
Was she?
She now works in the Board of Governors. Training teachers.
There you go. No.
See, that's another life for you there.
No, there's another layer.
Another family time.
So we're talking about how you got me a chocolate here.
So I then had done so many courses, and I had, all these childcare diplomas and things, and advanced diplomas, and they were also qualifying me to work with schools. So I thought I'd love to go into the classroom assistant, and then I started to focus on the special needs side of it. So I got a phone call randomly offering me a job from an interview 2 years beforehand. And honestly, I couldn't have made it up really. And I went in, the term had already started, and this lovely wee boy in P6, I was with him just sort of P6, P7, and then there was nothing else coming through the school, nobody else coming through the school that I could work with. And I thought, right, okay, time to have a wee look around in the papers, and I got a job in Glenwood Primary School.
Okay.
Now, that was really hard going, but I loved it. Really loved it. And I worked one-to-one with several children. And it was lovely, you go through the same class with them.
Yeah.
All those same kids go through. So I did all that. And then there was the wee bombshell when I was with the lovely wee boy in P3 that I had cancer. So it did throw me a bit, it did.
Yeah.
But I must be truthful. If you'd have said to me, what will you do if someone says to you, you've got cancer, I would have had a wee think and right, you find me in the corner, rocking in the ball. Thankfully, you didn't.
What age were you at the time?
Oh, I was 40, 41.
Okay, so young
I think I might have been about 41.
Okay, very young.
I think I might have mentally blocked exact
times.
Stuff.
Yeah, okay.
There's every chance of it. That was just bad memory. Okay. But, so yeah, that was a wee bit of a curveball. Didn't expect any of that. And so that was like, sort of just, it'll be grand, we'll just plod on. I stayed in the school for another maybe 6 months. 6 months worth of, the appointments and all the rest of it. Initially they thought, it's speech therapy you need to go to. And that's actually how I found out the speech therapy was previous to the bombshell, but it's how I found out that's how I had the thyroid cancer, because it was all rubbing your neck and all the rest of it for your vocal cords, and I found this little lump of a lump. So
you were sick, and the job you were doing was it's not an easy job looking after young people. Like you need energy, and
it was slightly stressful on occasions. Yeah.
So did you take off a while then before you started the truffles thing? Did you get a complete break, or were you?
I did. It felt like too long a break, but in hindsight, it was what I needed. And I got a hard time telling myself, yes, you do need this break. I could be laugh actually. I know, not going off too much. I went back after my first operation to the school, and I'm grand. I can't do this. What do you mean I can't do this yet? And the next thing, Mrs. Evans, I've had a complaint from one of the teachers that you're drunk. All the anaesthetics were still in my system, and I wasn't even walking straight. So, needless to say, I went home. I did a bit of explanations and cleared my name. Went on from there. A lot more biopsies. I found a second lump. And they said, "Oh right, okay, so you're going to have the full thyroidectomy." And at that point, the defiant part of me kicked in and said, "Right, well, you're doing it now.
Yeah.
I want all the tests done
Get
straight
this
away."
done. Get this done. Yeah. You strike me as the sort of person that which strikes when you aren't hot. You
Not
know.
usually, no.
No, seriously.
Seriously, not usually.
And
Usually I procrastinate.
Oh, that's right. You've made some posts on procrastination.
Oh,
Around now,
definitely.
you say. So
Awful, yeah.
you went through the wars. You came out the other side, and you thought, I'm going to do something different with my life. Why chocolate rather than swimming instructor or
It's true.
accountant?
It's true. I'm very good at swimming. No, I'm not. But why chocolate? I fell into chocolate really.
Do you love chocolate? She loves chocolate.
I do. But I've got.
Is it a
I've
woman
become a
thing?
snob.
Is it a girl thing? Do you think chocolate?
No.
Because I don't. None of the fellas I know, and maybe some of the fellas watching are different to me. None of the fellas I know are that fussed. You know, they eat a Mars bar, but maybe you know different. Maybe.
No, Mars bars.
Yeah.
No, I've become a chocolate snob. You see.
Yeah. Okay.
I have won blind taste tests and things, and as time has gone on, it's been like, you know what? I'm not going to go and buy that chocolate because mine's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's actually a good thing because then I don't want to eat all my profits. So it's like, I've got a wee bit of thing for fruit salad now because I can't eat my chocolates. But anyway, so yes, that was, I fell into chocolate. And
But how do you even start? So I'm sitting in my house tonight and I'm going, right, I'm going to go into business.
right.
I'm going to be a chocolatier. Is there like a school do you go to, or did you just read
Actually is,
books?
but it wasn't me. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't go to it. No,
Okay.
I like to take the roundabout route. I thought, right, okay, I need some sort of obsession and focus to go through this whole illness. And the obsession with baking escalated. And really, I think actually it was really quite good timing. My cousin then, who's more like a sister, said, right, we're getting married and we're getting married in Italy. Do you want to come? Well, I was nearly on the plane already.
Lovely.
So,
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
yeah, I'll be the one by the pool. So it was amazing,
Yeah, yeah.
but it was, I had kind of been losing momentum with the cakes because it sort of, as an amateur baker, I kind of thought I'd gone as far as I could.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was right, okay, right, this is fantastic, another focus, and I'm going to make this totally all about Barbara. And so I spent months and months trying to design a cake that was really going to capture something special, preferably
Emotionally
whole-
bespoke.
the very one. That's how Emotionally Bespoke was born, except I
What a
didn't have a name
tagline.
for it.
What a tagline. Emotionally bespoke.
love
Very
it.
good. Yeah.
I love it. So Barbara then, it was September, was it 2013?
Yep.
Maybe 14.
Still seems
Oh.
like yesterday.
Yep, does. And I was in the hospital getting my radioactive therapy, and I told you before, didn't I had a lovely little ensuite?
Yes, that's
Yes,
right. A
I had a
balcony.
balcony and ensuite, flat screen TV,
Yeah.
but I was in isolation because it was radiotherapy.
Yeah, apart from the stuff,
So-
apart from all the bad stuff, it was quite
I
nice.
tried to block that bit
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just focus on
The
you
good-
know
the good,
all the
you're
good
just right.
stuff. That this was, well, I don't know what the good stuff was really, but it gave me a chance to design a cake for Barbara.
Yeah, and that was emotional, and you have lots of good memories out of that.
was.
And you know, that's an excellent reason to pick a route in business, something that gives you that good feeling.
Yeah.
So, outside of work, what are your passions? So, what do you do when you're not working, or is your whole passion wrapped up in work? So
Oh, I am really passionate about my work, and there's nothing better than thinking, oh, now there's a flavour we could make, and you try it, and it's like, I made that, get me, you know, especially when you're not naturally one to sort of say, you know, look at me,
Yeah, the show off and stuff.
yeah.
Just like me, very humble.
So, so yeah, it's not.
I should have my own wee trumpet for when I turn up.
You should have people doing fanfare.
I should.
And behind you.
Wouldn't that be?
Oh,
I
that's
would
very well.
love that. Every time I walk into a building.
We will source that for you. And a town crier. Here he
Punk rock,
comes.
here he comes. Here he
Lovely.
comes.
And okay, bring me back on track. So what's my passion?
What is your passion outside work?
So I would not make it through a day without music.
Music.
Would not make it.
Can you
Couldn't
play an
play
instrument? Oh no.
couldn't play a note. I used to play the recorder. And
So did I.
This is that was a school thing. And to this day, my mother maintains that I did not lose it. I hid it. Because I loathed it. I hated it with a passion. I was terrible.
Such a crazy instrument, of course, every child plays.
It's just, it's a torture for everybody all around.
Yeah, it's just
So-
madness. It's teachers getting their own back and having to look after your children all day.
But I can't play music, but I love listening to music. And so my music, my animals, walking, reading, those are my aside passions.
All the good stuff.
Yes.
I love all those things too.
But I forgot to mention coffee.
Coffee.
Big passion.
Yes.
Big passion.
Do you know what? You're coping very well here, considering I haven't given you a coffee. You're looking incredibly fresh. I look like I've just woken up.
I had a Barocca this morning. Other brands available.
Is that right?
But
Do you like
yeah,
work?
I don't know. I haven't tried those ones yet.
I feel like I've fallen out of bed on the wrong side and crawled in. But anyway.
You're looking good on it.
Thank you very much. I'll take the compliment. Take the compliment.
Yep,
Never
put that one in your
turn it
pocket.
away. Put it in your pocket and use it again. Tell us something about you that people generally would not know. No,
Do you know what
be
I
sensible. Don't tell something.
Well, we'll not
you
go
shouldn't
into
know.
too
Don't go
much.
into the stuff we shouldn't know.
So, no, do you know what I really loathe? With a passion, I loathe washing the chocolate bowls.
You're not supposed to lick them.
Oh, Lord Martin, they're greasy and the water goes in, it goes like a bubbly brown and it's,
Not your thing.
It's horrible. Do you know what I'll do when I really take off, because it's happening? I'm going to take off and I'm going to have somebody employed specifically
To wash the bowls.
to do the chocolate bowls.
Wow.
That's it. Because I'm not touching them. I will do everything else, but I will not touch the chocolate bowls.
Of all the answers you could have given, that is the least expected one. That you have a thing against chocolate balls.
That, and I don't like a bin in the kitchen. I go for a more class act, actually. I get a nice plastic bag and I hang it up on the door handle and hope that nobody really pays much mind to it.
Yeah, we all have those, don't we?
So, yes,
we
real
all
class
don't
act.
have a bin in the kitchen. I agree with that. That's a good idea, because bins can be smelling so. Okay, now, this is about you. You know, it really is. Thank you very much for coming down, by the way.
I loved it.
And having a wee chat. Sorry about the random buzzing and burring, and there's a building crew
A bit of
moved
work
in.
going on
A bit
somewhere.
there appears to be a bit of work going on in the background, and it wouldn't be one of my broadcasts if there wasn't something wrong with it.
Martin, it's fine. You've got me. There's a kettle out there. It'll be grand.
That's true.
So,
what is it? What is it that you want to help people with that isn't your day job? So outside of chocolates, if there's someone watching this and said, Catriona, she knows something, or knows a person, or knows a place, or knows a thing, or could do something to help me, what is it that you're interested in helping people with?
do you know what? If you'd asked me that question maybe last week, I would have looked at it and said, truthfully, I just make chocolate. But really thinking about it, I've had a wee bit of a journey, a bit of a ride. And it wasn't even just the cancer. I've got, other issues as well, and epilepsy since I was 11, and, so there's...
Have you?
I have.
No.
You make it look like it's a good thing.
No, I'm just thinking, like, you come across as a person, you're always so positive and
What else
you're
are you
bright.
going to do?
Well, you could be.
I could be sitting in a corner rocking and crying, and I choose not to. But you
I'm
know
also
what?
a little bit worried now what happens if you have epilepsy now. Is there something I should do?
It'll be grand. I'll find myself a wee safe place, and I'll sit down and I'll do a wee bit of reading and stuff, but it's usually only
I could leave.
And here endeth the life.
All the buttons. Okay, just watch the end, just in case.
Okay, sorry, Trish. I know we've gone off piste, but you'll like this one, Trish. Actually, yes, because of all this background history, I really want to help people.
Okay.
Now, not to sit down and say to you, do you know what, Martin? What do you mean? You've got cancer? Do you know what? You'd be grand. Just go out and walk. Get yourself a passion. I don't mean to sit and tell people this is how you should deal with it.
Yeah.
But as you may have gathered, I'm quite emotional, and when I get passionate about something, I surprise myself. Actually, I really, really, really go all in and want to sort of delve in it and want to find out about it.
I was saying to you earlier on, you give this sense of being a caring person. You had a caring career. You were looking after children and stuff for many, many years, and you get this sense when you're talking to you, you genuinely are a caring person.
I am, yes.
So something in that arena.
something in that. I would very much like to help people who are having, sort of even as much as I am hating public speaking, and I'm amazed we're doing so well here.
You're doing very well.
I would love to do some sort of speaking in groups where they're, that people really are in a difficult situation. They're not going to say, this is what it is. Just be there and be able to take on board any advice or help. Even, if they want to reach out to me and ask for help, I am more than willing to do that. I'd be so happy to do that.
Okay.
So
anybody who's watching who knows of or needs someone to talk about the life's journey and that type of stuff, so to speak to a group or something, you're happy to do that. Fair play to you. I public speaking is the one thing I find really, really difficult, and I get asked to do it every now and again. So I keep on saying that so people compliment me on it. But no, genuinely, I find it really hard. Were you at the 10th anniversary thing?
You didn't invite me.
Did I not?
I'm terribly hurt. I'm still going to therapy
sorry,
for that one.
I'm sorry I brought it up now. How did you not get invited?
I don't think I knew you at that stage. You've got a Bible.
That was only last. Yeah, okay.
Fair enough. We'll run with that one, Martin. Okay.
We'll
run with it.
We'll leave it there. Okay. Okay. So, do you know what, Catriona? I have had a lovely morning.
Thank
with you.
So
really, really good because
I'm a hugger. Sorry, I'm a hugger.
Okay, a very awkward hug.
Yeah, when you're like this, it is awkward. It is.
Really needs to space. We've had a great morning before the interview. We were sitting chatting.
Always good crack.
We were resolving all the issues in the world, and we've now got to sit and enjoy a conversation with all our friends.
Yes.
On Facebook Live, and what we're going to do after this is in the feed, and we're going to add more information. So what we'll do is watch it back, and if there's any salient points or useful information that we can add links to, we'll put the links into the feed. So if you want to contact Catriona or me, if you want to see what the business is, if you want to see the groups that we're involved in, all that good stuff, that will go into the feed later on. Anybody that's been commenting and shouting out during the video, we're very sorry we didn't speak to you on this occasion.
We're just slightly distracted.
We're just all wrapped up in ourselves. What we had to say, but sometimes it's better just to have the conversation and then go back later on.
If you hadn't had the conversation today, I think I would have sat like this.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have got to know me at all.
Well, we've definitely got to know you now. No. And I think one final thing before we end and say cheerio, apart from to say obviously thank you very much, but what we might do, did you see the thing that I did with Gary Livingstone? Because we didn't get to do his live, we did what was called a watch party. Did you see that?
Do you know it's awful? I think I might have been in Portugal at that time.
You were. That's right, you were in holidays.
But you know what? I did acknowledge you when I was by the pool.
I did. I seen that. So you took time out of your holiday to acknowledge me. Thank you very much. So what we might try and do is arrange a watch party so that anybody, because let's be frank here, it's working day. In the middle of the day, there's not everybody can sit and watch us when they're supposed to be working.
Isn't it cool? This is our work.
I love
that.
Don't let on. Yeah, we'll have to pretend it's hard.
But when I go home, you wouldn't believe the list.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard being self-employed. Really is. No matter what that. So what we'll do is I'll try and arrange a watch party at some evening over the next 2 weeks, and then that'll mean that anybody that wants to join live that hasn't been had the opportunity to do so here will be able to actually get involved in the feed, and we'll be able to answer questions, all that type of stuff.
Brilliant. Sounds good.
Okay, it's big fat finger time. So now we have to try and end the broadcast without looking all fiddly and flittery. Yes. So that's your end live button. You're,
that was really serendipitous. That wasn't deliberate.
Oh, right. I thought you'd posed that ready to go.
I did, yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I've enjoyed every moment of it, and I'll see you all again later. Bye.